We
Knicks fans, yo, we coming hard.
It's time for this real taller high. Been going live on a televised with orange blue skies. We on that Friday night Knicks shit with our Knicks constituents. Lift the ultra trip. That's that Knicks orange and blue. I thought you knew it's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. We stand on business. This real talk brand. You know we in this. We in the streets of Manhattan. People in the action. Getting the people reacting. Leading up to Knicks and he getting it cracked. Cause it's game time. We in the world most famous. We've seen the Knicks lock your team up. I be serving just like a subpoena. You know the Knicks fan. We feeling real giddy and litty. New York City gritty committed to beat the city by 50. We're about to get me a nice cipher with a smart quarter on ice. For a few bucks in the quarter to pay the order with my smart to the right. We got them getting it popping in the Apple Watch. Let the home, let the partners stopping on their Apple Watch. And Knicks Real Talk, the team streaming on YouTube.com. We got two dudes doing good moves spot on, dropping them bombs. When the cop got a spot to dropping some of the hottest Knicks content that's up in your head. Enough said, you know, upstairs leaving the guard after they done got me back. Looks like a cab to fly back to the triad, no jet lag.
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing with my peoples right here.
We
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing with my peoples right here.
We
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing with my peoples right here.
We Yo, welcome everybody. Knicks Real Talk Sunday in the It's your man OG Divine. We got Mr. Shop Powers in the building. The other half of the engine that make Knicks Real Talk run smooth, man. So we about to get into it today on this beautiful Sunday. Hope everybody out there doing well. Had a great weekend, having a great day and all that good stuff. First and foremost, salute to the chat. That's where it's at, man. You already know what it is. My man, peace all out wide. Stand still. What's the deal, my man? Louisiana Knicks always in the building. Brian, what's popping? Daniel, what's popping? Dwayne, what's good, my man? Salute. Yeah, man, we're going to get into a little bit today, man. But first and foremost, like I said, let me bring in the other half of the engine and make Knicks Real Talk run smooth, man. Shop Howard, Mr. Shop Howard, what's popping, my brother?
Divine, everything great, man. A good day today, man. Doing a little arts and crafts around my crib, trying to, stack a dollar, make a dollar out of 15 cents, or however that saying goes and stuff like that. Salute to you, Divine. Salute to the family in the chat. Let's get it.
Let's get it, man. Salute to all my brothers and sisters in the chat. Like I said, that's where it's at. Coach, what's popping, my man? On DI's NYK, how you do, my brother? What's good? Yeah, Shop Powers, man. Just good, man. It's getting close to the season. Pretty soon, man. Training camp and all that just coming upon us and all that good stuff in about another month. Time is moving on, marching on pretty fast, as it always do. Nowadays that you're starting to get the OG age. So, everything moving at a terrific speed and all that good stuff. But, we're going to slow it down a little bit, man. But I kind of want this time to rush fast. But at the same time, I don't want it to rush fast because we're getting older faster. But, enough we older and wise anyway, so it's all good. But, yeah, Shop, I'm just ready for some Knicks basketball in any way or shape or form, you know what I mean? So I'm ready for the Knicks, for this thing to get popping. And then we got the season coming up. Obviously, Shop Howard made some good moves this year, did some good things, and still might have some things to do. So we're going to get into a good show tonight. We're going to talk about, obviously, the rookie Tyler KOLEK. I think THIBS is bullish on that brother, you know what I mean? So let's see what's going to happen with him. We also going to get into our team for the contenders or pretenders, you know what I mean? This is a pretty good team we have here where they stack up against everybody else in the NBA and all that. So we're going to have a good show, man. We're going to get into it and break it down, and that's what it is, man. So like I said, salute to the chat. We ain't here. Knicks Real Talk, Divine, Shop Powers, let's get it. But other than that, my man, talk to me, my brother. What's going on with you?
Yeah, man. Yeah, you ain't lying, man. The one good thing about what happened with the Knicks this year, making it to the second round, is it makes the wait for the next season to come a little shorter. Now, I mean, the season was over. Boston won the ring. Here comes Summer League. Here goes all the trade. I mean, here comes all the pickups from here comes all the pickups from the draft. Here comes Summer League. and now it's just a hiatus to get to September. And I mean, that's right around the corner. What's that? The end of this week or something like that. So we'll be right back watching some Knicks basketball. You know how the Knicks Real Talk do it. We 82 games strong, pre-game all day. You know what I mean? So and I'm just waiting to see what the Knicks can do, man. The Knicks really have put together a team, and like you said, are they pretenders or are they contenders? You know what I mean? And that is going to be the big word, the emphasis of this whole year, because of all the moves that they made, how they use their trade picks and stuff. I mean, how they use how they use their trade picks and to get Mikal Bridges. And is he really worth what it will we see if he was really worth giving up those 5 first-round picks for him and stuff like that. So it's a very something for us to all sit back, relax, and let's be easy. And I mean, the New York Knicks know what they got to do. They already know. I believe they already have an idea if Julius Randle is going to be back in the beginning of the year, if Mitchell Robinson is going to be healthy and back by the beginning of the season and stuff like that. So, and we just got to wait and see. And even if they don't, I think we have enough to hold us over. If we miss the first 5 games of the start of the season without Julius Randle or Mitchell Robinson, we'll be all right. I mean, the first 5 games, so we'll be all right. I mean, they just had to come back in. When they come back in after that 6th game, reacclimate themselves into the lineup, which shouldn't be so hard because these guys have already played together. The only piece that hasn't been here is Mikal Bridges. You know what I mean? And that's the main focus, man. Get back on the court. You already know your guys, Mitchell Robinson and Julius Randle are the longest tenured Knicks that we had in the last couple of years, 6, 7, going on 7 years and going on 6 years or something like that, or 5 and 6 years or something like that. So these guys have been with the team. They played with majority of these players that they have now a couple of years, and I think they'll be ready for the season.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. It's going to be an interesting one for sure, ladies and gentlemen. They went out there and did some things, like you said, made some key moves, some key acquisitions, brought in some talent, got rid of some talent. But I do believe they're a pretty really balanced roster up and down the board. Obviously, you know, the center position is always lingering out here in the atmosphere when we talk about the Knicks and everything. Are they going to go ahead and make another center move? Are they going to go in there with the roster that they have, and hopefully that you know, this thing is able to sustain until these guys get healthy, like you said, coming in the gate, Randall and Robinson, obviously, and but I think they'd be ready. I think they'd be okay. You know what I mean? But let's see how it goes. They definitely got the NBA talking about the Knicks in a different light than they were before for many years ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? The New York Knicks is they relevant? They talking about them. Obviously, with the acquisition of Jalen Brunson, giving them national attention. They out there. And now, you know, like 30-something games on national television this year, like
30, was it 37 or 30-something, right? 30-something, I thought it was going to.
Yeah. So, you know, the Knicks is big time right now, man. They are. So, and they got high expectations, and we're going to get into all that later. They got high expectations in New York. They now become the hunter, not the hunter. You know what I mean? So, teams going to be looking at going in and every night on every given night and go try to get the Knicks to business, because they know what's in front of them. So, I'm excited about the season, ladies and gentlemen. I am Shy Powell, and I'm really looking forward to this thing getting to pop off. So, because I think we got a lot of stuff going on, especially with the draft, the rookies that we drafted. And one in particular we're going to talk about on the show today, Tyler KOLEK. You know, just a little buzz out there. Like I said earlier, the THIBS like this guy. You know, saying what you say, if you in THIBS circle, you pretty much
circle of trust.
Circle of trust, absolutely. And I do think that's going to be interesting to see how stacked this lineup is. Got to be a lot of sacrificing going on. We're going to get into that as well, because it's a pretty deep team. The minute's going to be suspect. You know what I mean? Going to be very suspect. I mean, it's going to be minimal, actually. You know, it's good in one way, but it's bad another way. You know what I mean? We got a lot of depth now with Randall and Brunson. All they got to play all the minutes, because you got some quality, like people like Josh Hart and them in the second unit. So now you're not going to extend the guys a lot, because you got a deep team. But at the same time, you're not going to get that many minutes. You know, like Jalen Brunson said, you know, this has got to be a sacrifice thing. That team is loaded. You know, so guys like Deuce McBride, KOLEK, and all them guys, they might get minutes. I think Deuce McBride going to get it. KOLEK, we had to see, because they're so deep, man. What's your thoughts on this young man? Because I do think that he's going to stop Howard. I think he got a skill set for sure. I think the kid is that good, and I think he can have an impact on what we do in New York. So, what's your thoughts on my man Tyler KOLEK? Do you see him getting up in that rotation?
I think, you know, if Tom Thibodeau decides that he is going to use his roster, there's a chance for him to get spot minutes or maybe minutes when we you know, we have a blowout win or games that we are getting blown out. You know, maybe he can come in there and show some of his skills. I think he may see some minutes just because of how I feel, you know, in my opinion. I think the Knicks are going to be a deadly team this year. And I mean, I think the Knicks are going to jump out first, you know, 13 out of the first 15. You know, I mean, I really, with the Tyler KOLEK is going to get minutes, just like you were talking about. Our starters may not need to play as many minutes now because we're up in every quarter. I mean, so now our starters don't have to really finish out games if we're up 15 when you have DiVincenzo coming in, Josh Hart coming in, Precious Achiuwa coming in. Now you can put KOLEK in the mix with Deuce McBride, you know what I mean, in the backcourt. Now you could put him out there. You may see him out there if all the starter unit is, you know, 30 minutes a game, he may get a chance to have 4, 5, 6 minutes out there, you know what I mean? But that may only be in the beginning of the season, unless, and knock on wood, I'm not, you know, if someone may, you know, fall to that injury bug, and I mean, then he may get a little bit more minutes than we were expecting to see from him this year. But I believe the Knicks are going to be playing real good basketball where this guy could get on the court and get 7 minutes, 6, 7 minutes a night.
Yeah, you know what's interesting to me, ladies and gentlemen, 23 years old, 4 years of college, quintessential point guard. He's a floor general.
Got the accolades.
Right, and that's what I think that THIBS like about him is that he got all the intangibles, everything that it is to be a pass-first dude who hopefully can get his NBA buckets. But, you know, other than Jalen Brunson and I want to say Cameron Payne, I think KOLEK is probably the best floor general they have to me. Out of that, excluding Jalen Brunson. But Cameron Payne, with his experience, obviously played a part in that. But the cat is 23 years old. So he's not coming here at 18 years old. He's not coming here at 19 years old. He did 4 years of college. He got all the basics down. And I think that is what I love about it the most is that a lot of these guys don't have the basics. They come right out of high school, do a year or two in college, and they come. And and a guy like him who stayed there and learned all the fundamentals, all the shit that is to be a point guard. That's what I like about it. And I think that's what THIBS seeing him, because THIBS the type of guy, since I can remember, like Kurt Heinrich and a lot of guys in this that he would lead them pass first point guard who can penetrate, get down the lane, and them the things that we didn't have in New York till Jalen Brunson got here, because really it wasn't. We didn't have a penetrating point guard. Kemba came here a short while, injured about. He didn't really get to get a pop in. I mean, creme de la creme wise, since Derrick Rose, I would say that was literally and even Derrick Rose, he seemed like he still had a score mentality first. But this kid don't. He just think about getting you the ball, and if he can get to the lane and get buckets, he'll get them. So he's a pass first point guard, and I think that bodes well with a team like ours, because people may not realize this. They might realize it. The Knicks got a high percentage shooting 3-point team out there on that team. That's
facts.
They're all high percentage shooters. So a guy like him and I think that's why THIBS like him, because he gonna be able to get that ball on any part of the court. I think Tyler KOLEK can throw the ball. So it's gonna be interesting when training camp get here, because the kid might come in. I think that age is gonna play a factor. That's why they gave him the money they gave him. And I think it's gonna be pretty interesting, man. So who knows? If we go out there and he really this thing better than Cameron Payne might be situational. You never know. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping to see him go out there. I like his game. I like him in summer league. I like all the attributes that he had to be a good point guard for the Knicks, with all that 3-point shooting that we have, and the lob threats with Jericho Sims, Mitchell Robinson, them who can play over the top. Yeah, I think this kid gonna have a good chance to go in there. I believe in try to make a name for herself. What you think, man? You think, I know you just really spoke about it, but I think this cat could really crack the rotation, man. And I think he gonna be impressive to me because, like I said, I think his experience what got me feeling good about him. He's experienced. He's not like Frank. He's not like Deuce and them. Those cats came in young. This cat coming in a grown ass man, damn near 22 years old. So, you know, it's gonna be fun to see, man. But let's see what's gonna happen with him, man. But like I said, he can get down. So I like what I see in summer league. Hopefully that he can come and contribute. Just make the team more deeper. That's all that matters. It just make the team better. And if he can make the team deep, I don't care how many minutes he get. But if he can have an impact on the Knicks, let's do it.
Yeah, he definitely excelled in the summer league this year. Like you said, Divine, he is a veteran. I mean, he is a young veteran. You know, I mean, he's 23 years old. Some of the guys in the league right now has already been in the league 3-4 years already. You know, trying to get their feet wet, or they're excelled at their games. So he's coming in already matured, his body shape, and he's a conductor. He knows how to conduct a orchestra. You know what I mean? He knows how to penetrate and kick out. He knows when to look for the big man. He knows when to go through the picks. His one default is, a little bit of defense, but he's not a bad defender. He's similar to how Jalen Brunson is. Jalen Brunson is not defensive player of the year, but he ain't no slouch on defense. You're not just not gonna dribble down and do a little shake move like that, and Jalen Brunson go fall to the side or something like that. No, he contests his shots. He gets in passing lanes, and he's 6'3", so I don't really remember how many rebounds he got in the summer league, but he must have got more than 3. I'm gonna just say that. I don't know what his average was, but I'm pretty sure he gets that. He's 6'3". He should be able to get down there and grab some rebounds. So I think the longer we have him, the better he's going to get. You know what I mean? And this is a year that I believe that he's going to get around 7 minutes a game, because I believe, in my opinion, I believe the Knicks are going to be, are going to surprise the first 15 teams. I don't see the starting unit, playing more than 32 minutes a game. You know what I mean? I don't see them playing that many minutes. I mean, especially if they come out and put their foot down on your neck slowly. They slowly one to you, bam, bam, and then let that second unit come in there and throw all them haymakers from your hip. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think that's the way the team's going to play this year. And like you said, this team is a very three-point percentage wise. I believe, like I said earlier, man, I think the Knicks are going to have so many acclimates this year of their play on the court. And I think Tyler KOLEK is going to help. I think in my opinion, I think we see Tyler KOLEK before we see Payne. Or we may see Payne first, and Payne, if Payne don't, play the way, get into that circle of trust with THIBS, I think he'll give Tyler a quick little nod with whatever minutes he was giving Payne. So it all depends, man. And like I said, Payne will see minutes, Diop will see minutes, Precious, all these guys are going to see minutes if what I believe the Knicks play the way they going to play in that starting unit. You know what I mean? I think we're going to have a couple of games that it's not – I'm not saying we win at 82, but I'm just saying every game is going to be a fight with the Knicks. You may have 8 games of blowouts, but majority of the time we're going to be the team on top.
Yep, facts. Yeah, we get ready to get in that. That just segue right into the next segment. Another thing on Tyler KOLEK, real quick, ladies and gentlemen, it's another a quality that he has, Shop How, that impresses me. Not only he get his pass selection. I mean, he literally like a quarterback out there. He can get the ball damn it at any spot. I seen him in some league. He just see he just see everything in the peripheral. He don't have tunnel vision. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. He really see the court real well. He know where all the players are at all times. So I think THIBS that's gonna rub off on him. And right now that you can see the cat in the off season in the summit, all doing this thing. Every time I kind of see stuff, that kid in the gym, he a gym rat, and I think that's the gym rat, man. So he definitely gonna be Jalen Brunson's full backup by next year. I think of Jalen Brunson and Tyler KOLEK after this year, and I do think he could. I think the Knicks literally got Cameron Payne for that playoff stuff. They got enough firepower to me. But I think they really got Cameron Payne. So when they do get to the playoffs, because you don't have nobody at the point guard position on the Knicks,
Just in case, or just yeah,
yeah, and it got the experience. You know,
right.
because it would be Deuce McBride and Tyler Coley. Tyler Coley don't have this experience, and Deuce McBride is not a natural point guard. So I think that Cameron Payne is like that, definitely that playoff insurance. You know what I mean? And to be, you know, because I think Tyler Coley can do this thing in the regular season. Though I could see him getting minutes over Cameron Payne, but Cameron Payne is just that guy, like a veteran on the bench who can, you know, got game. But I think Tyler Kolek can have more of an impact to me than him from a statistical standpoint because of his statistical capabilities. He might make that team run better. You know what I mean? He might make the team run better. So I'll see how it goes, man. But we'll see, man. I think the cat gonna make it happen. Coach said Mitch will get the most lives. Yeah, that's facts. The coach. That's what I mean. That cat he know where to throw that ball to. I think him and Jericho Sims are gonna be loving it up above that rim.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see, him and Jericho Sims. Because we keep talking about Jericho Sims and oh gosh, we need another center and all this stuff. Let's see what happens with Jericho Sims. It's the time to show and prove. And I mean, you better show something, Jericho. And with Tyler Kolek out there with Jericho Sims, I believe it's gonna make him look better. Yeah. I say about Tyler Kolek why I like him so much. And I wish that him and Jacob Toppin could have played a little better. There was a play in the summer league that he threw like Obi Toppin a fast break. He threw the ball from like half court. It hit Toppin and Toppin caught it and threw it down. So I'm just wait. I was hoping that Jacob didn't get hurt to see more of that effect because this guy looks like he's going to look for the big man. You know what I mean? And I think he's going to be a perfect accolade to Jericho Sims. Him and Jericho Sims, he may make Jericho Sims look like Isaiah Hartenstein this year. Or I'm fronting on that one, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, yes, indeed. You know, I think he'd be Jalen Brunson back up for the next couple of years, man. They gave him a contract. You don't have a lot of Tyler Koleks in the league like they used to be because remember. When the AAU generation started pouring up in there, it wasn't more about the basic fundamentals of just point guard first, blah blah blah. You either could get buckets, do the damn thing. You had a certain quality that wasn't like the old school point guard. But Tyler Kolek got sort of like an old school game where he could break the defense down, all that stuff. I like this kid, man. He got the grit too. He gritty dude. That's another thing. I think.
Like this is what I say about his defense. It's not like he ain't gonna be on a defensive team 1, 2, or 3, but he ain't no slouch either. He's 6'3", he's kind of quick. He gets in the passing lanes. You know what I mean? Once he get his foot wet in the NBA from playing college, he'll understand how to move his feet than to move his hips. You know what I mean? You move your feet first instead of leaning and then move. You move your feet, then you move your hips. You know what I mean? Then you can, you have better placement. You know what I mean? At least what I watch on the court. I ain't no coaching. I'm coaching from the sidelines, but I see, you know what I mean? I see he got it, and I see that he can play some good basketball, man. And I think he's going to help the second unit. I can see, the three smaller guard lineup with Kolek, DiVincenzo, and Deuce McBride with Josh Hart and maybe Precious. I can see that.
Yep, it's a bit.
You know what I mean?
I can see that. And all depend on the situation in the game. Let's say you playing let's say you playing Boston with a typical guard like Drew Holiday. You throw Kolek in there with Jalen Brunson. You know what I'm saying? Now what happens when you double team Jalen Brunson? You got a dude you throwing it to who can literally do what Jalen Brunson do for breaking down the defense.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? For breaking down the defense. So if you trap Jalen Brunson, you throw it to Kolek. Kolek got enough point guard skills and creativity to break the dude off the dribble and reopen that offense back up by going down the middle.
Facts.
And then now you got Anunoby. I mean, it's just crazy what this Knicks team could really be a part. We'll lead into that. That's the next thing we talk about. It's the team itself. But that's crazy what they have out there, man. Hopefully this young man, can come in here. He can make a name for himself. and get it popping. I think he's gonna be fun to watch, man. Let's see what happens with Tyler KOLEK. Yo, salute to everybody in the chat, man. Darren, what's good, coach? What's going on? Everybody, Imperial, what's good, my man? Everybody who checking the show out on the stream joint. We in here. Next we'll talk to Vine, Shy Powers. We in the building, man. Like I said, this Sunday in the paint. Me and my partner right here, Mr. Shy Powers. Ron, what's good, my man? Salute, Ron. What is good, my brother? Y'all already know what it is. Still Knicks fans in the building. We in here, man. But yeah, man. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you better get into it. We got a good team coming up this year, so we definitely want to get into that on the next topic. And we contenders are pretenders. Real talk. We got a real solid team. Taking the bias out of everything. This is a good basketball team, and I'm really looking forward to what they're gonna do this year. They so versatile in a lot of ways. There's a lot of things we can get into about it because they're a real versatile team. They can multi-switch position. They got people play two sides of the ball. They can put a lineup on the floor that would handle any circumstance. Let me put it like that. The New York Knicks got a team that no matter what circumstance they are in the game, they got a team. If they need offense, they got a team that can just throw a number of offense players in there, hypothetically. If they need to get stops on the defense side of the ball, they got players who can defend the ball. They got everything on that team, no matter which way you go with it. Shooters, scorers, everything. So this team, if healthy, Shy Powers, got to be ranked in the top 10.
You being nice, Devon.
Yeah, I'm being nice. Yeah, I mean,
being nice. You can say top 16. Say top 16. That's where we want to be. The top 16 because the top 16 teams make the playoffs.
I understand that, but let me tell you something.
You know what I mean?
Knicks ain't here to make the playoffs, my brother. They trying to get a ring.
No. I'm not trying to.
So I'm gonna go top 10. Here's why I say that. They top 3 in the East to me, at least top 4 in the East, and then you give me the top 4 in the West. Give me the best 14th in the West. Give me your best 14th in the East. I think the Knicks definitely a top 10 easy because I got them top 3 in the East. I got them top 3. So if I say they're the top 3 in the East and pick your best top whoever in the West, yeah, I think the Knicks is dangerous, man. I say all that to say because I guess what I'm looking at is the makeup of the team. Shot power, not so much, even despite what all the other teams got. You know, I know what the Knicks got, and them Cats got tough. That's a tough out, man. I mean, listen.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, 53 wins last year with the situation they had with a depleted roster, everything. And you coming back this year even better. They're gonna be a tough out, man. They really are. I think they got all the main ingredients. Like I said, they got their roster is so versatile. Like you got 2 all NBA dudes in there practically. Two. I think Anunoby and Mikal Bridges can be all-stars in their own right. And even all-stars.
Defensive players, defensive one team, number 1 team.
You got a bench that literally played the first 2 rounds of the playoffs and got through there. Josh Hart and DiVincenzo is now on the bench for the Knicks. Not in the starting lineup, that like they were in the playoffs. Them dudes coming off the bench. I don't know if it's too. I don't know if it's too many other than Philly. Bench, they got a good bench this year. They got a really good bench. Boston, I don't think. I think our bench is better than Boston's. I definitely think that. So, and I guess I say all that to say because of how versatile they are too. Because now wait till get down, you probably see a lot of some type of starters play with the bench players, vice versa. And I think they just really, really deep, man. Let's see how it goes, man. I definitely know we top the top of the food chain up there. I don't see. I don't know if we bugging. I don't know if we bugging 19. Kind. I got it. I only reason I say top 10 because anything in the season can happen. Because you got to take into equation injuries, you got to take into equation all this stuff. That's the reason why I got a top 10 because if somebody get hurt, which happens in the NBA season, people get hurt. That all depends. So but they're a deep team. I got the Knicks in the finals actually. So I'm getting down.
And let me say this: only reason why I said top 16 is just because of the 16 teams that make it to the playoffs. I believe that the Knicks are going to be number 1 in the East this year. In my opinion, I think the Knicks are going to win 58 games this year. I think they're going to be Boston is going to be 2. They're going to be pretty close, but I think we're going to have 58 wins. I think that's going to be the top in the East this year. And I think the Knicks is going to acquire 58 wins this year. And I think the Knicks are going to be number 1 in the East this year. You know what I mean? The reason why I said top 16 is because there's 16 teams that make it to the playoffs. That's the only reason why I said that.
Okay. Yeah, man. Here, let's look at it this here. That go the Eastern Conference, Western Conference. Knicks is up here. Knicks is up here. I don't care about them. I guess what I'm saying, you got Boston, New York. Here's the way they got it right now in the Eastern Conference. They got Celtics, Knicks, Bucks, Cleveland, Orlando, Indiana. This is probably what it was last year. So I'm going to say you got to put Boston up there. They're the defending champs. I think you got to put Milwaukee up there because Giannis and my man coming back, and I think they picked up a couple of key pieces to help them out. And let's see what a healthy Doc Rivers team with Damian Lillard back and Antetokounmpo fully healthy. Let's see, you can't take them out the equation. Then obviously you got to take Philly. What they did is phenomenal. You got to throw them up in the top 4. So to me, my top 4 is Boston, Knicks, Milwaukee, Philly. Then I think everybody after that, Cleveland, Orlando, Indiana, Miami, I think they are who they are. Even the Pacers, like I said, that they would have been here, we would have been healthy. And, we took them 7 with a depleted team. So I ain't too much concerned with them. I know they made some moves, but I'm not concerned with them. So then if you go down to the West, so I got the Knicks top 4 in the East. In the West, you got OKC, Denver, Minnesota. Obviously, Dallas made it there to the finals last year. So I'm going to go, and that's a deep conference. I know OKC be there. Denver going to be there. The Timberwolves going to be there. I don't think the Clippers will have they still got a squad, but losing Paul George, let's see how they recoup from that. Dallas Mavericks, obviously, they're going to get better. They obviously they brought in a couple of guys. They brought in a defender with Quentin Grimes, and I think he helped them on the defense side of the ball. Obviously, Phoenix still got KD in them. The Lakers going to be the Lakers, and I don't know about Golden State. So I think Memphis might get back to where they were before Ja Morant got suspended and everybody got injured.
I forgot about him.
Yeah, so you already got, believe it or not, I see 10 strong teams in the Western Conference, and then you combine that with what we doing, and like you really can't tell until you find out they might beat each other up and all that stuff. But I definitely like the Knicks' chances out there in the top 10. Just because you never know which way things may go. And it's an NBA, shit can happen. You know what I mean? But I think their foundation is so strong. I definitely think they finish top. I know the Knicks will finish top 4 in the East. Easy.
I got the Knicks going 57 wins this year, top in the East, going up against OKC. That makes the best matchup for us against in the West. OKC with Hardenstein and Mitchell Robinson here in New York. That'll make my year right there. Mm-hmm. That'll make my good. I see that as being the finals.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. And Fabian, yeah, Quentin Grimes going to help them out a great deal, man. I hope he get to go back. He from that area, 2-man Texas dude, went to Houston. He definitely going to help the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, because I think Quentin Grimes got game. It wasn't his time in New York. You know what I mean? But that goes to show you how deep the Knicks is. When we knew Quentin Grimes had a lot of potential, but the Knicks I think the Knicks came to the conclusion that we not trying to depend on potential. You either got it right now, or you don't got it right now, and that's why a lot of them guys is out of here. Because they, now they got guys in there who got it right now. They know, and I think Deuce McBride made my man expendable too. I think when they seen Deuce McBride, they gave Deuce McBride a contract and they give him one. That goes to tell you what that is. How they feel about that situation. But yeah, Fabian, I hope that brother nothing but the best. I hope he go out there and get it popping. I like the Quentin Grimes. I thought he had that. I thought he had it, but he didn't have the confidence at the time. I think that was his downfall in New York was he wasn't confident enough. You know what I mean? So maybe he might have found that. Being around guys like Kyrie who could school you, teach you this and teach you that, and Luke and them, I hope it rub off on them, man. Once Nick, always the Nick, real talk. But yeah, Shy Powers, I think it remained to be seen where the Will the Knicks end up? I think they definitely gonna be in. No matter what, they be there though. 19 Con said if we at least 75% healthy next season, we win in 60 games. I see that. I see that 19. I ain't got no problem with that, bro. This team is deep. And I don't have no problem with that 100%. You facts on that one. The Knicks won 50-something game last year, depleted, bro. Another chop hours. And that's real talk right there. These guys won all them games, and think about the injuries that they had. Mitchell Robinson missed quite a big game. Randall went down. Anunoby went down. I mean, it was just on and on. And look, if you say they lost 20 games without them dudes, this year they only lose 7. I mean, you see, and people keep saying the Knicks got kind of, I want to say weaker because they lost Hartenstein. That's false. That's false. I'm gonna tell you why that's false. Who replaced the Hartenstein? Mikal Bridges. All right. In reality, you lost Hartenstein, decent, but you brought in Mikal Bridges. So that I think we got better because obviously Mitchell Robinson before he went down was having a stellar year last year. So the Knicks did. I think they just got even better because Hartenstein's Hartenstein, but he ain't Mikal Bridges though. I can tell you that right now. So to me, and Mitchell Robinson coming back, I can see that 60 wins, like you said, no problem. 19 Con because if Boston won that many last year, Boston won 62 last year, 64. We should have been up there if we wouldn't have got injured. We would have been kind of approaching that number the past season if the Knicks wouldn't have got injured. So, and not making no excuses, but injuries is a part of the game. You know what I mean? You lost a lot of production when Randall and Anunoby them went down. You talking about your Knicks whole start roster, Danny, without a set for
Facts.
Brunson. Randall went out, Anunoby went out, Robinson went out. That's over half of your starting lineup. So, and now you bring all that back with my man Mikal Bridges. I just think they got a pretty good team down there, man. I'm super excited about it, ladies and gentlemen. I think they could bang with anybody in the NBA. And this ain't no fandom or no hyperbole. They just they shot Howard real quick, pass you the rock. They too switchable. I mean, they got we in a positionless basketball era, positionless basketball. The Knicks can throw a tall team out there. They can throw a rebounding team out there. They can throw a shooting team out there. I mean, they just could throw anything out there. They got bully ball players down there, Randall Robinson, and this Anunoby. It's gonna be crazy. I'm really geared to see this shit this year, man. I think it's gonna be a pretty good season, man. They just got to stay healthy. Let's see if they can rise to the occasion this year, and I think they will.
Yeah, salute, Coach. I have heard. I ain't heard. I've read. Now I don't know how credible the guy is, and I'm not gonna put it out, but I seen some from his page again about this Mitchell Robinson losing weight. I hope that could be I hope that happens. If Mitchell Robinson loses weight, gets down to the 240s with his big, broad shoulders and stuff like that, he's going to be a menace. You know what I mean? And he's going to hopefully he can last a little longer because of the two guys that I keep mentioning, and I'm going to mention them as much. Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby is going to help out so much on the wings and the switches. You know what I mean? You're going from defense to defense. You're going to switch off onto another defensive player. And both those guys are going to be in the passing lanes. Yeah. Maybe I'm looking too far forward, but the way I see the Knicks this year, man, you know what I mean? And like I said, I say 57 wins. I don't think Boston's going to get out to an early start, even though they have a very, very good team over there in Boston. And I ain't trying to give them no props. But with Porzingis not being there in the beginning of the year, could possibly hinder them a little bit in the first couple of games that they have to get them out to a slow start. But take nothing away from those guys. They won the championship without Porzingis. Porzingis wasn't there in the finals, in the finals and stuff like that. He was hurt. So, I think he played one game or something like that. He didn't play. He didn't play, right? He only played. I didn't even watch it, so I can't really. I think he only played like one game in the playoffs, or maybe in the finals or whatever it was. So, I don't think they're gonna, Porzingis makes a big deal for them on their team, but I think in the beginning of the year, not having him could give them a little hindrance of that automatic scoring where you have to play in and out on the big man of a Porzingis status. You know, I still think Milwaukee's gonna have to work it out between Dame, who's gonna be the finisher, Dame Dollar or the Greek Freak. I mean, I think the biggest team in the East that, like you said, Divine, Philly has made some moves this year. They have made some moves this year. They have made some moves this year. They got some players on their team, and they want to be right. You know what I mean? So, but the big thing with them is if Embiid can stay healthy. That's the big thing every year. If Embiid can stay healthy, you know what I mean? And you know, the Pacers are gonna be the Pacers. They made some, you know, I just think that the pickup of Mikal Bridges, this is what I want to say about Mikal Bridges. If this pans out right, Mikal Bridges is going to be what we wanted out of RJ Barrett. Someone that could defend the basketball, someone that can have over 40% from the three-point land, someone that shoots about 50% from the field goal percentage, and someone that shoots about and someone that shoots about 90% from the free throw line. This guy is primed to be, you know, what's that? How that status go? 50, 40, 90, whatever that is. 40% from the three-point line, 90% from the free throw line, and 50% from the field goal percentage. I think that guy is a triple double waiting to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yep, real talk. You look at it real quick. Here go the Boston Celtics team, ladies and gentlemen. I'll run through it. Got Baylor, Sherman, Anton Watson, draft pick. They all draft picks. Tristan Honora was a draft pick. I'm signed him rather. Cleveland State gets draft pick. Jason Tatum, Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, Kristaps Porzingis, Ron Harper Jr., Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, O'Shea Brissett, Drew Peterson, Davidson, Xavier Tillman, Hauser, Luke Kennett, Al Horford, Springer, and Quota. Pretty good team. Obviously, you know the starting five: Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday, Porzingis, and Derek White. You go to their bench. Obviously, Peyton Pritchard is that guy there. Absolutely, he played there. Al Horford. I think Xavier Tillman might be in that mix. Do you guys think that the Boston Celtics count their starting five? Let's go mano for mano. Drew Holiday, Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Derek White. We going Anunoby, who Jaylen Brown, Julius Randle, Jason Tatum, Mitchell Robinson, Kristaps Porzingis. Shy Powers. If you say Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, Julius Randle, and Jalen Brunson, them your 1As and 1Bs or 1As and 1As, whatever. Production wise, I think Jalen Brunson. I know people are gonna probably get on me because they think I'm a Knicks fan, and I no disrespect to Jason Tatum, but Jalen Brunson is that fucking dude. I don't care if Jalen Brunson's on any team. And he putting up the numbers he put up now, I'll be saying the same thing about him. Jalen Brunson is so to me, Jalen Brunson and Jason Tatum washes each other out. Let me put it like that. Jalen Brunson and Jason Tatum wash each other out. Jaylen Brown and Julius Randle both can get buckets. Obviously, Jaylen Brown is a better defender. Julius Randle is a better rebounder. I guess they both consist the ball pretty well. I call that a wash as well. Julius Randle, 3-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA. Jaylen Brown might be in that realm somewhere. Them two wash them two out. So let's go to Derek White and Mikal Bridges. Pretty much both got the same game in a sense. But I do think Mikal Bridges is a better offense player. I mean, I think he can get it pretty much Derek White can get it here and there from the 3-point line every now and then, get down the lane. But I don't think he Mikal Bridges when it comes to that side of the ball. And they both great defenders. So, I'm kind of leaning on Mikal Bridges side of the ball because he got the height too. You know what I mean? He does play. And then you go to Anunoby. And who would be Anunoby? Drew Holiday. Hypothetically, Anunoby and Drew Holiday pretty much got that same game. They not bona fide scorers. They bona fide defenders though. They bona fide defenders.
And they can score if they need to. Mm-hmm.
They score if they need to. So, and then you got Kristaps Porzingis and Mitchell Robinson. I think, to me, you got to pretty much say that's an even kill. Like both of them starting lineups can give it to each other. I don't think it's. I think they both built the same. I think they built the same. So, and then you go to the bench. I think our bench is better than there. They got players there like Pritchard and all them, but you got DiVincenzo, Josh Hart. They alone. You know what I mean? These cats were the full-time starters for a while last year. How do you see the Knicks matching up against these guys? Do you think by what the analogy I just went over for us matching up player to player and benches, I like the Knicks over the Celtics. And I'm not saying that just to be a Knicks fan. I'm just comparing the players and what the team could do. I like the Knicks, man. That's a dangerous team they're playing with over here in New York. So, what's your feeling between the Knicks and Boston?
OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges. That's all I'm going to say. Because whoever they want to think, those two guys can play any one of their 2 to 5. You know what I mean? Any one of those guys can play. Except for Mikal, probably can't play 5 so much, but he can play 2, 3, 4. He can play those positions. He could play Derek White. He could play Drew Holiday. He could play he could play Brown. You know what I mean? OG can play Brown. He could play Tatum. He could play Porzingis. He could play Drew Holiday. You know, so those guys. You know, it all depends on who it is, because if we put OG on Brown and OG on Tatum and Mikal on Brown, that kind of, that could be some nullification right there. You know what I mean? That could wipe Brown and Tatum, maybe could still get their points, but make their shots harder to get. Instead of them shooting 15 for 11, now they're shooting 11 for 15. Now they're shooting 11 for 25. And I mean, they still get their points, but it's a little harder getting their points now. And that makes us a little better. This is another thing about everybody talking about Julius Randle this year. I think Julius Randle is going to have a fantastic year. I will get back into that a little later. But the team, the way this team can match up. So like you talked about earlier, this team is positionless basketball right now. If Mitchell Robinson doesn't come in this year and starts this year, and we decide that we want to put OG or Randall at the power forward and the center, and we bring in DiVincenzo into the starting lineup, you're gonna be mad for a couple of games until Mitchell Robinson can get ready. If he's not ready by the beginning of the season, I'm not gonna be mad at that, especially for 4 or 5 games or something like that. You bring DiVincenzo in here with DiVincenzo, and now you move Mikal into the small forward position, and you move OG to the power forward position. I'm not mad. Or you keep Randall at the power forward, and you move OG at the center against certain teams. I'm not mad at that. And I mean, I'm not bringing that team every game out or something like that, but depending on who's the matchup, yeah. We playing Miami, and we got to play oh my God, I just had his name in my mind.
Jimmy Butler.
What's his name?
Jimmy Butler.
No, the center. What's their center name?
Adebayo. Bam Adebayo.
Adebayo. We playing Adebayo. We might not have to play Mitchell out there. We might can get away, can play OG or Randall on them, and have a small ball lineup if that's one of the games in the beginning of the season. know what I mean, it's something that you can look at. You know what I mean? There's a couple of teams on the East that have smaller type centers. You know, 6'9", 6'10", 6'11". Now, there's not too many. I don't want to say too many teams, but there's a couple of teams that don't really have the traditional style center in on the court, or someone that Julius Randle can't match up to. Julius Randle can match up with Capella.
Yeah, because
you know what I mean? Right, you know what I mean? So it's certain teams you may see Tom Thibodeau. Like one of the things I'm running on too much. Devon, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. And you know, one last point about the Boston Celtics and the Knicks. Here's why I give the New York Knicks the advantage over the Boston Celtics. We got somebody who could slow down Jason Tatum.
Facts.
They don't got nobody who could slow down Jalen Brunson, and Drew Holiday can't even do it. Hear me what I'm saying? We got somebody who could slow down their best player. They don't got nobody on that team who could slow down our best player. Nobody. And Drew Holiday is a premier defender, but Jalen Brunson gave them boy 30 a couple of times the past season. Yep. So I think that's where I give my advantage to the Knicks, because we now got somebody at the helm who's a superstar. You know what I mean? And our superstar can get buckets off the dribble and everything. Jason Tatum either going to post up and shoot. He's either going to shoot a jump shot. He can't break you down off the dribble and take you, none of that stuff. You know what I mean? Jalen Brunson can get you from everywhere. Everywhere. It's not a spot on that court within that half court that Jalen Brunson can't get buckets in. Outside, inside, upside, downside, hitting you from every angle. Salute Method Man. I think that's what's going to be the key to the Knicks run, is that they got a dude who can literally hard to deal with. Let me put it like that. 28 points a game this year. What'd that tell you? You know what I mean? That wasn't no fluke. I think so. When I look at that Boston series, it'll be tough, but I think the Knicks has got a real deep team, because they're just so interchangeable and they can do so many things with the ball. A lot of teams got good teams, but can they do multiple things? You know what I mean? How many things can a team do? You go against Giannis and them, right? It's Giannis and Damian Lillard, probably Chris Middleton, but they play one way though. What I mean by one way, it's either Dame Lillard gonna get buckets, right? Or you're gonna throw it into Giannis, or Dame Lillard is the one's gonna pop. That's not the case with the New York Knicks. You know what I mean? They literally can play basketball in so many ways. I just think that it's gonna be interesting, Shop Pal. It's gonna be a pretty much season, man. Excuse me, I mean to go so fast. Dave Smith, we're good, my man. Dave, salute. But that's what I'm liking about what I'm seeing so far with our team, is that they just got, if you match them up against every team by team, player by player, they can deal with anybody. They can. They got that, because I think they just so multi-talented from a switching standpoint. But if you look at the Philadelphia 76ers, and a lot of people are not ready sold on it yet, but I tell you, man, on paper, they got a loaded ass team. Jared McClain. Let's get past McClain. Let's get past Bonner, Edwards, and Jones, because I think they was all draft picks. But then when you get to Tyrese Maxey, KJ Martin, Andre Drummond, Kyle Lowry, Reggie Jackson, Paul George, Kelly Oubre, Joel Embiid, Eric Gordon, Caleb Martin, Ricky Council. Make no mistake about it, they are fucking loaded, bro. You got Andre Drummond, was one time one of the best rebounders in the game. I mean,
right. That's a big pickup right there. That was a big pickup.
Big pickup for them, man.
Him and Paul was a big pickup for them.
Yeah, and Eric Gordon.
Gordon was a pickup too. I always like Eric Gordon.
Yeah. Tough as nails, shoot the ball from deep like no other. They're gonna be formidable, but at the same time, if they don't be up there with the Knicks and get out with the Knicks, I think a lot of people in the NBA Shop Howard got Philly over the Knicks, which is fine. A lot of the procrastinators and the naysayers and all the aficionados who know all this shit, they basketball minded, they got them over the Knicks. I think they might be doing that because of Joel Embiid and the talent that we put around them. So this is a make or break year for them guys. If they don't get to the finals, to me that's a failure, because they loaded. They can't say that they didn't get Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid no help. They brought in Paul George. You know what I mean? So there ain't no excuse for them jokers because they literally got a good team. They and so we'll see how it goes with them, man. But I like our chances to get them. Like I said, I like our chance to get them. They formidable though. Like, let's not make no mistake. Because I like the way I like it with the healthy Mitchell Robinson. He played Joel Embiid pretty well. Like you're not like Joel Embiid not gonna dominate Mitchell Robinson. Like okay, I'm just gonna take your lunch. Mitchell Robinson, a big dude, got a long wingspan. He always give my man trouble because he's athletic and he got a long wingspan. So he always makes it tough on Joel Embiid. And Joel Embiid is that dude to get against anybody, basically. You know what I mean? But I think the Knicks, he makes it tough on Joel Embiid. I think Mikal Bridges makes it tough on Maxey. And I think Anunoby will make it tough on Paul George and vice versa.
Facts.
That's why I said this team is the Knicks got it. Oh man, you could throw Mikal Bridges on even throw him on Paul George.
Yep. Sure can. You read my mind because I said this.
Right. And not one of them players in that Philly starting lineup could mess with Julius Randle. None of them. Not Paul George, not Joel Embiid, not Tyrese Maxey. Randle give all them the business because his physicality, his game, his skill. They power forward is probably gonna wind up being let me see who you got out there. Obviously going to be Kelly Oubre might go to the 3. Paul George might go to the 4 if he start. Who else is out there?
I think that sounds like a starting unit right there.
Yeah, none of them can mess with Julius Randle. You know what I mean? So that's what got me kind of geeked about this New York Knicks team, man. They come back healthy. I think our team got a team that's not too old, like 19 Con said. They not old. They all under 30. Julius Randle at 30. But if you look on the other side of the ball, I think Reggie Jackson got to be over 30. Paul George got to be damn near 30. If not, who else? Joel Embiid got to be damn near 30. Eric Gordon over 30. Andre Drummond over 30. So they got an older squad, and their experience is legit. But you got to see how all that chemistry is going to work. You're going to have to see if Nick Nurse can nurture that thing where this cat might really be wanting more minutes, especially if he balling. So it's going to be interesting with them. But I think the Knicks still better than them, though. So that's one team that they formidable. But I think the Knicks, because of I think what they have, I just think that they got a good talented roster. But I still think the Knicks I get a Knicks advantage over Philly. Just due to that reason to me. Philly had 5 players over 35. Facts, 19 Con, you dead on with that, man. That guy was saying they got like them players in the long season, you don't even know if their body's gonna hold up. And Joel Embiid will always be that way, shot if he don't lose weight. Joel Embiid got a lot of weight to put on a person's body, his legs and his ankles and stuff, a la Mitchell Robinson. That's why him and Mitch can't stay on the court. They too big up there, bro. If Mitch lost 20 pounds, that'd be a blessing for him. You know what I mean? If that's the case, if that's true. Because when you somebody like Mitchell Robinson who predicated a playing in the air, Mitchell Robinson plays in the air. He's a rebounder, the shot block, he always jumping. And and I think losing 20 pounds might prolong Mitchell Robinson, then it might prolong his career. You know what I mean? So let's see. But I like the Knicks over them shot powers. And if they can find a way to just stay healthy, then I think what it is, man. Yo, Chop Low, what's good? Salute to my man Chop, John McDonald, everybody. Nick Yak, what's popping? What's good, my man David Smith, everybody. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. We in the building, man. Divine, Knicksfield Talk, Shop Powers. We in the building, man. Like I said, we talking about the contenders and the pretenders. I definitely got the Knicks on the contending team. And I think they're gonna be formidable, man. If we wouldn't have got injured last year, it was us in Boston. I know if it would have split, we all messed up. I get that part. But if the Knicks wouldn't have went down injury-wise, they took the boys 7 games with a depleted roster, literally. Anunoby caught a cramp in that series. He couldn't play no more. Randall out, Mitchell Robinson out, Bogey out. They firepower wasn't there. So it's gonna be an interesting, man. The Knicks brought in a new physician to help them with their injuries and all that stuff. A prominent guy from over there, man, help them. Smith, I think his name is, to kind of monitor the way the injury thing going on. So we'll see how it goes. I think they're gonna be a fun year, man. I'm excited about it, ladies and gentlemen. I know Shaw Powers is, and I know you fans out there excited about what the Knicks gonna do this year. We just gotta hope they stay healthy, wealthy, man, and stay wise on the court. And Tom Thibodeau got his money; he ain't going nowhere. Jalen Brunson got his money; he ain't going nowhere. Julius Randle will get his money. I think on the 31st, ladies and gentlemen, to my man, I think he eligible. He might get his money. I think Jalen Brunson did that for my man Ken get his money. So I like I said, I just brought up the Philly and Boston. I know all the other teams won't go through all that. But shop right quick, let's go through this and then we get out of here pretty soon. But ladies and gentlemen, if you look, we talked about the starting line and everything. If you look at this chart right here, and here go the Knicks roster right now: OG Anunoby, Randall, Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson, DiVincenzo, Precious Achiuwa, Mallory Bride, Keita Bates drop, Jericho Sims, Cameron Payne, Tyler Kolek, Dadier, Okiki, Okaporti, McCullough Jr., and Toppin. Right now, the Knicks sitting at 180. Let me get it right. As far as the cap situation, they 184. They got 184, almost $85 million cap hold. They 44 over the cap in the league. Obviously, they are about $4 million under the second apron. So that's not too bad. Under the first apron, I apologize. They're minus under the first apron. So they're in a good situation there. Here's what's coming up for these players, ladies and gentlemen, in the next year. On October 1st, Mikal Bridges eligible for an extension. On January the 10th, Okiki guaranteed $2 million. Jalen Brunson, 2025-26 player option. Obviously, I think he kept that and went on and got his bag. Hakapori, June the 29th. So Jalen Brunson, Hakapori, and McCullough Jr. and Jacob Toppin, they pretty much they offer qualifying offer restricted free agency will kick in next year in June 30th. At the end of the year, free agency started July 1st. Dadier, he's gonna be around for a minute. He got a club option in 2027-28. He signed to 10/31/26 date line for him. Then they take it from there. Tyler Kolek, 2027, he locked in. Josh Hart locked in for a couple more years. And Anunoby, he good to 2028 because he just signed. Dadier, he good to 2028. So if you look at Jalen Brunson, good to 2028. So I say all that to say is a couple of months. I think they're going to go ahead and lock up. Well, let me ask you a question. I don't know, but play myself. Shaw Powers, because they right there by the next apron. Can they extend Mikal Bridges? Can they? Or no? I want to make sure I'm not putting up.
I think they could just do it to him and to Randall, because it wouldn't affect until next year when the new cap comes out.
That's what I meant to say. Facts. Yeah. So if you look at that, so yeah, I think right then and there, them guys probably go ahead and they have, man. Real talk. I think the Knicks do have to go ahead and extend. Excuse me, Mikal Bridges and Randall possible. That's an instant segue. I mean, my man Ron had a great show on Randall. Y'all had a good show yesterday on Steel Knicks Fan. They were breaking a lot of that down. And the Randall thing would be interesting. We'll see how it goes. And I was comfortable with real quick with Randall 3 years, player option or team option, whatever the Knicks can pull off. Because here's why I say that. I don't want to see paying Julius Randle, not because I don't love Julius Randle. Y'all know I'm a big fan of Julius Randle. I'm a fan of Julius Randle. But 35 years old, and we got to wind up giving you $45 million, something like that. You know what I mean? Or whatever the case may be. I like the chance of Julius Randle getting a 3 year, even if you front load at 45, that's $135 million. And you can whether either Knicks do a team option or whether Julius Randle want a player option. Here's why I like that, Shaw Powers. They give the Knicks a chance to say, we're going to try to do this experiment for 3 years. After that third year, if we didn't get to where we wanted to get to, Julius Randle in the last year of his contract. Okay? If we get to where we got to get to, then 2 years later, him and Jalen Brunson can re-up again, hypothetically. You know what I mean? So I like the situation with Julius Randle, but I don't know if I want to go 5 years. Not because he don't deserve it, but I think he can get that money just the same way if he do a 3-year deal with the Knicks and then do another 3 with somebody else. He wound up getting over $200 million anyway, because the Knicks going to give him 135, and if Julius Randle is still in that Julius Randle mode, somebody in the NBA going to get Julius Randle another 135 or 150 because he that type of player. So I think Julius Randle might look at it that way. That way, he's not leaving a lot of shit on the table. You know what I mean? He said, listen, and knock on wood, he don't get injured. But, I think he can get that money, whether it's 5 years with the Knicks or 2 teams, rather, combined. Let me put it like that. So I think they can make that happen. I'm curious, but for a salary cap wise, the Knicks in a good situation, Shop Power. We just got to see how they go about this thing, because I think everybody else locked up. And and Mitchell Robinson got his spine coming up in after this year. Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson, the last of that other organization's front office, not the other organization, but the other front office. Then the last 2 remaining players from that regime with Scott Perry and them guys until my man took over. Like I said, that's 6-7 years ago. And then the last 2 players that's on the Knicks from the Scott Perry and Mills regime. So I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with Randle, short or long term. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, and I love Julius Randle. I don't know if I would give him 5 years. I just think that he'd be 35 years old, and it'd be hard to move him on a high contract. And if we don't know if this is gonna be that team that wins it all. If they win it all, then it's a different story. But what's your take on the way the Knicks is constructed right now with the situation with Mikal Bridges and Julius Randle? What do you think the Knicks give Mikal Bridges, and what's your take on Julius Randle right quick? Because it was a good topic on Ron's show the other day.
Yeah, I was also watching Ron's show yesterday, and someone had mentioned the way the money is going to be coming into the NBA this year, that a player that was averaging 25 million could walk away with 35 million at the end of the year after they tally up all the money that came through all the TNT and all these guys bidding for the channels and stuff like that. So primetime. So who knows, man? I try to pay attention to chopping the butts and looking how the things happen and stuff like that. I think, I don't see Julius Randle going anywhere anytime soon. And I mean, and especially if he comes in this year and plays the way I'm, in my opinion, how I think he's going to play this year. I don't think he's going to be in that all NBA stats like he had last year. His stats are going to change, and I don't know if this makes him an all-star. He was averaging 25 last year, so I think he's going to be 22 this year, 22.8, maybe 23. I think he's going to get more rebounds this year than he got last year. I think he's going to get 11, 12 rebounds this year. And I think his assists is going to go up from 4.85 assists last year to about 8 assists this year. One of the things that I don't know why, like a lot of fans talk about this, but they don't. When Julius Randle played Atlanta Hawks, he was the reason why he looked so bad playing the Atlanta Hawks in that playoff season, because he didn't have anyone to give the ball to when he penetrated. You talking about Elfrid Payton, you talk about Burlock, you talking about all these guys that Rose, all these guys that he didn't have, that he couldn't pass to when he got double teamed, and he got double teamed hard, triple teamed hard by Atlanta. So with that being said, I think this year is going to be an easier year for Julius Randle, because he's always double teamed. He's always double teamed, and I think he's going to get double teamed. And the kickouts this year is going to be Mikal Bridges, 40% 3-point shooter, OG Anunoby, 40% 3-point shooter, Jalen Brunson, 40% 3-point shooter. So that's what I got to say about that. I think Julius Randle's here. I'm with you with that a 3-year deal, 50 million, give him 50 million, you know, give him 50 million for 3 years. You know what I mean? He'll be about 35 then. And maybe if you want to keep him, we'll low end him on the back end with 28 million. And is in the years a veteran minimum, not a veteran, in the year scenario, and give him and let him go off into the hurrah with it. But I think Julius Randle will be here. I think he'll be someone like Larry Johnson sitting on the bench repping the New York Knicks in a shirt and tie.
Yeah, you know, let me have. I want to put one statement in there too. Here's another thing we got to think about. You were sitting Mikal Bridges. You already sitting in Anunoby. Ladies and gentlemen, Jalen Brunson is due for a $300 million contract. Let's keep it 100. Jalen Brunson in 2 or 3 years, because he got a player option in that on his next contract. Jalen Brunson next contract will be $300 million for the Knicks, especially if they get to the promised land.
I can see
that's
it.
Why. So even though the cap is going up, you still putting out more money. You know what I mean? And you still got to fill out the rest of your roster. So hear me out. Anunoby, but don't get me wrong, time these guys aspire, I think it'll be okay. Anunoby got the long deal. John Harden them in 28, but you got to think about it. What happens if the New York Knicks in 3 years with the same roster don't win the ring? Do you think they're going to go into? Do you think they're going to want to go into year 4, year 5 with the same roster? Let's say they don't pull it off. They ain't going to want to go into. They're going to be like, well, who can I trade? Because we need something else to get us over the hump. Who going to be the sacrificial lamb out there? It ain't going to be Jalen Brunson. It might. Anunoby got a big contract. Julius Randle will have a big contract. And Mikal Bridges will have a big contract. So let's just say if they don't get over that hump, which I think they will eventually, I think they need to get over. They could get over it this year. It might be this year, next year, whatever the case may be. But let's say they don't got enough to win the ring with the current roster situation they have right now. What should the Knicks do? Who should they let go?
Go ahead.
Yeah, and just saying that within the frame of the cap work, within the frame of the cap and long-term flexibility. Because you don't want you want to sustain this what the Knicks got going on. The Knicks could be relevant for a while and don't run this franchise back into the ground because they done locked all the money up for years and they didn't do nothing. I don't think we have that scenario now because I do think the Knicks will be a title contender this year or next year. I truly believe that. I think this team is that good. And despite what people may think, if the injuries don't get the Knicks, if the Knicks don't get hit with the injury bug. In my heart and in my mind and my feeling, I got the Knicks as contenders. I got the Knicks damn it to the front. I had them going against the Clippers last year, but we got killed. We lost damn our top 4 starters, 3 of them anyway. So, but what do you think, Shy Powers, with the cap situation? If this team don't get where they need to go in the next year or two, who's going to be the one out of them 4 players, them 5? Jalen Brunson ain't going nowhere. Let's make no mistake about that. Out of all the other guys on that starting lineup, who's going to be that one that Knicks might say we might have to try to get somebody involve him in a trade deal?
One of the best things that I've said about the Knicks this year is how they picked up draft picks. I mean, how they picked up in the trade, and how they picked up players in the trade this year, and the players that they send into the G League for to get them ready for the NBA. In the next 2 years, you can have Hakaporte, McCullough Jr. and what's the other one? And Obi Toppin in the G League for the next 2 years. You know what I mean? So when it's ready to make a trade or something like that, we could put together a good package in a trade and bring these guys up right from the farm system and bring them right in to fit in. Who is going to be or how they're going to make a deal? Who knows? I'm not 100% sure. You know what I mean? You know how we feel about our Knicks fans. We hate for anybody to be traded, but there could be another big trade coming up in the next 2 years. Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson to be off his contract in 2 years. Josh Hart, DiVincenzo, these guys will be 28, 29, 29, 29, 28, 29, or 29, 30 in the next 2 years or so. So these would be the players that we would look to trade and to bring up. If we get some good production from these guys in the G League, a la McCullough, Huckaparty, and bring these guys up, it'll be a smooth transition to bring them in and to make another trade to make the team even better. So the Knicks farm system that they brung in this year with McCullough, McCullough, Huckaparty, Obi Toppin, Tyler KOLEK. You know what I mean? These guys are guys that could be here for a long haul. You know what I mean? If we decide to make another bigger trade where we can get these guys ready this year, and by the 25-26 season, if we're looking to make a super big trade, we can bring these guys up to, you know, push out what we need to get one player back and bring these guys up and fill them into the roster spots.
Yeah. I agree on a lot of the Hawker Purdy and everybody. But ladies and gentlemen, until we see what they made of on a big level.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
I get all that, but not from your standpoint, just from an overall standpoint.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah, go in the training camp, see what they're going to do but let me ask you a question. I see this on Daily Knicks. Would you trade Mitchell Robinson and Julie? I just see this on Daily Knicks, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not even advocating this. But with a 3-team trade, then Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson to LA, and somebody blah 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 to another team, and the Knicks get Anthony Davis. Would you do it?
Anthony Davis from LA?
It was Anthony Davis coming to the Knicks. It was Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, and somebody from another team with them going to LA. And I forgot the other team who was involved. They was getting some other player. But the main characters was Anthony Davis to New York. I think Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson was in that trade. It was on Daily Knicks.
I think I've seen that. But I'm not opposed. I don't want to say I'm opposed to it because he's an awesome player. You know what I mean? But he's in that he's in that ambulance club. You know what I mean?
Right.
OG, you know, right. He's in that ambulance club. Salute to Raw Hebrew because first person I heard, Anthony Ambulance. That's what Raw Hebrew, you know what I mean? So I don't know. You know, would he come here and dominate as a center? If he can stay healthy, oh hell yeah. You know what I mean? If you're giving up him, and then you got OG on the wing, you got OG on the wing with Mikal at the small forward, and probably Jalen Brunson and DiVincenzo. Yeah. I would, you know, I'm not trying to trade off Mitchell Robinson, or I'm not trying to trade off Julius Randle, but if you're saying that we could get Anthony Davis over here 68, 69 games healthy, you know, he's a little older too, but healthy, he is a dominating player, man. He is dominating, but he's always hurt. He walked by the table, he walked by the kitchen table, he bumped his knee, he out for 13 months.
But listen, real talk though. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put all that aside. Let's forget the injuries. I'm just talking about if it was an injury thing, there would not be no team, I think, in NBA can fuck with Anthony Davis, Anunoby, and Markel Bridges on the court at the same time.
Yeah,
it ain't happening.
Yeah, come on.
Listen, a healthy Anthony Davis with Anunoby and Markel Bridges. There's not a team in the NBA messing with that. None. I don't care who you pick. Listen, if it weren't for Anthony Davis having injuries the way he had, one of the top 5 players in this game. That man is dominant, bro. Unfortunately, like a lot of other players, the injury bugs hit him. His career got rattled because of injuries, setback. A lot, Amari Stoudemire, whoever.
Mm-hmm.
But man, that man could dominate a basketball game, and playing with somebody like Brunson and Anunoby, and so I just want to throw that out there. Lord knows we understand it. I wouldn't take him because the only thing would stop me from getting Anthony Davis, ladies and gentlemen, is the injuries. That's it. And nothing else would stop me from wanting Anthony Davis except for the injuries. Now you got somebody who can give it to Antetokounmpo. He can fuck with Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
Defensively, he can fuck with Karl Anthony Towns.
Everybody.
Everybody. Yeah. Boy. So that's
Everybody.
crazy.
When he's on the court, he's what, 20 and 15? 20 and 15? I mean, 20-something and 15. I don't even know what his stats is, but I know he's at least 20 points a game and at least 15 rebounds. That's dominating. And I mean, and he's not a ball hog. You know what I mean? He's not an ISO style player. You know what I mean? He'll give the ball up. So yeah, if he can stay healthy, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He one thing you can question a person's health and you can question this and that. But ladies and gentlemen, ain't too many cats in there can do what Anthony Davis can do with basketball. I'm trying to tell you, the kid is good, man. He's good. He's solid. His defense. I mean, him and Anunoby and Mikal Bridges. That's insane.
Yeah,
that's
come
insane.
on, yeah.
That's insane, bro. So I just say all to say that I see that on Daily Knicks, and that's why I want to put it out there. And we were talking about Julius Randle. But it's interesting, man. So I say all that to say, we got to see how this thing goes. We'll find out after this year. We'll find out at the trading deadline. I think the Knicks is, I don't think, I know. The Knicks is contenders, ladies and gentlemen. That doesn't make no mistake about that. This team gonna win it this year. Healthy Knicks team this year can win it all, in my opinion, because how versatile this team is, how good they coach. They got the talent. They got everything. They brought in even more brain trust with Mo Cheeks, Mark Bryant. They all around got better. You know what I mean? All around, from coaches to players, the Knicks got better. So, but you just never know what happens in the course of the season. You know what I mean? Shop, we got to hope the injury bug don't bite us this year, and we stay somewhat relatively healthy. And I think we do that, we'll make noise. But yeah, it'll be interesting what's going on out there, because you know what? Mitchell Robinson is going to be a great asset to it this year. I hope that man stay healthy. Child Powers, as the way we probably constructed right now, I think that's going to be the biggest one we got to worry about right there. Knicks cannot afford, to me, to lose Mitchell Robinson.
Facts.
Not this year. From being a title contender.
Facts. They can act, like you said, Divine. They can actually escaping Brunson, not one to put him in that boat, but anybody else, we can hold it down. But Mitchell Robinson this year, especially if he stays healthy and gives us any remnants of how he started last year off for 68 games, 66. I want to get him. What's the defensive player limit? 64 games. If he can play 65 games, 65. If he can play 65 games, yeah, we soaring this year, man. He is the main reason the Knicks really could get close to this. I put 57 because I had Mitchell Robinson out about 20 games. You know what I mean? I got him out about 20 games. I figure he's going to be around 62, 63. I'm hoping, somewhere in that 60 range. You know what I mean? And I also got OG maybe about 15 games. But I think OG is going to play harder this year because I think there was I don't know if this is true, but I heard there was some stipulations in his contract that he has to play 65 games in order to get a max amount of his money. I'm not 100% sure. I seen it on one of the YouTube guys was talking about it. I don't know. It sounded good to me because we need him healthy too. You know what I mean? But if I hate to say it, I don't want to say all that, but if he goes down, we have someone that could fill in for OG. You know what I mean? If Randall goes down, right. You know what I mean? If Randall goes down, we got somebody to fill in for Randall. You know what I mean? Not to say Brunson, but if Brunson go down, we got somebody to fill in for Brunson. If Mikal don't go down, he play 80. He 82 strong. I don't even want to put his name in this mix. But
don't do that.
Right now, what we're all talking about the census is Mitch Robinson goes down, then we could have a problem. But I want to also say this. Salute to Ron again for saying this. Let's see what happens. Let it play itself out. The New York Knicks the front office have amazed us all this time. If they couldn't make a deal, it was either because they couldn't get him or they didn't want him. For whatever reason it was. Let's see what happens. Let's play this thing out because the trade deadline is right around the corner. After December 15th, trades could be made. And if the team ain't looking good or there's at a certain position that they not finessing, that positional player will be moved in for someone else by after December 15th. We'll know by that time.
Yeah, real quick. Hey, Dave Smith, you probably 70, 80, 90% on everything you said right there. But here's the most important thing you forget. He don't need to do none of that. You know who Mitchell Robinson is? Joakim Noah. Period. Joakim Noah. That's who that in the THIBS system. That's who Mitchell Robinson is. Joakim Noah. No offense, no nothing, but you ain't scoring on this guy. He gonna anchor that defense like Joakim Noah do. And that's what THIBS said. Listen, I don't need to. I got Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, Mikal Bridges. See, everybody can't shoot the basketball, ladies and gentlemen. That's what happened when the Knicks got Kemba Walker, Evan Fournier, RJ, Randall. Too many people needed the ball. You know what I mean? And that's why the ass were getting blown out all the time. Randall needed the ball. RJ needed the ball. Fournier needed the ball. Kemba Walker needed the ball. And that's what the Knicks, that's why they had that losing season, besides injuries. Mitchell Robinson, they got Mitchell Robinson there for one reason: to anchor their defense. That's it. He don't need no offense. That's not how the Knicks score. The Knicks they scored the ball from the back court to the front court. Like Jalen Brunson's the head of the snake, Julius Randle, and then Mitchell Robinson is there for one reason. If they miss that shot, get that damn rebound and give us another chance. I don't care if you do that shit 82 times a game and don't score 0 points. It don't even matter. Knicks got enough offense to bust anybody up. You know what I mean? And so I do get where you're coming from and that's why even you got to remember, Mitchell Robinson is not even supposed to be a trader right now. Shit, the Knicks can trade Mitchell Robinson tomorrow. But you know what I'm saying? It all depends what happened. He's another player to me that I think eventually the Knicks will wind up separating their weight is because of the injuries. And that's the only thing hurting Mitchell Robinson is staying healthy. Because when he was on that court last year, Shaw Powers, at the beginning of the season, you see what happened to the Knicks when he went out in the playoffs. My man, Miles Turner, who not even aggressive like that. It's Tans Hartenstein and Jericho sent them up. Tan them up. I'm talking about Miles Turner. The 3-point shooting Miles Turner, who don't only bang on nobody, not a good rebounder. And he was playing like he was an all-star on the Knicks. Because Mitchell Robinson wasn't there. Because Mitchell Robinson not even having that because of his athleticism, his ability. So I say all that to say that he's going to be an important piece of this puzzle, man, going into the season. And that's why I was big on trying to get the Walker Kessler thing going, Shaw Powell. I wish they could have made a move for him to have a backup guy like that. And if Mitch go down, Walker Kessler will come in and do the same exact thing Mitch doing. So let's see how it goes with that. But I do like that. And you're right, Dave. The best ability is availability. That's the only knock on Mitchell Robinson is availability. And let's hope that he don't have no injury this year, man. I hope Mitch could play 65, like you say, Shaw Powell, 70 games, get in the playoffs, go on there relatively healthy. A lot of people banged up by playing 82 games at the end of the year. Everybody got nicks and bruises and everything and all that stuff, man. So we just got to see. But I'm excited about it. I think this team is loaded, and I think they're gonna make some noise up in that piece, man. Here, let me read Nick Yax. Nick Yax, how is the Phillies without Embiid or the Pacers without Turner or Joker? All other teams will struggle more than us without Mitch. Absolutely. That's facts. That's fact. Because that's their primary dues. You know what I mean? I mean, not primary, but it's important to what they like. Joker is the Joker. Without him, Embiid without Philly, obviously them the head of the snakes right there. See, and that's was interesting with Nick. Now, Mitch will not. Let me say it like this here. I can say it the right way. Shop out. Mitch won't stop us from being a contender, but the way this team is presently constructed. I'm just talking about the way the team is constructed. Not that we need Mitch because he's the best player. You lose Mitchell Robinson, it's going to be harder. You know what I'm saying, Shaw Powell? I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It'll be harder. Jericho Sims, much as we love Jericho Sims, is not Mitchell Robinson. Preston Chua is not Mitchell Robinson. You know what I mean? Let's be real about this here. There's only one on the Knicks who can affect the game by just his presence. There's nobody else in that big man rotation. Like I know who down there. I ain't going down there. When Richard Robinson went down in the playoffs, Miles Turner, like I said, who don't even play like that, was coming down the middle, just throwing it on the Knicks. On Hartenstein, on Sims, on Achua, Miles Turner, who not even a power player. He's a finesse player. Got a little stronger over the years, but his game is predicated on the outside because he's not that type of dude down there. But he found some ways in this game because of Hartenstein and them. He wasn't doing that on Mitchell Robinson. So that's why I said Mitchell Robinson is going to be important to the Knicks, the way they presently constructed. If Mitchell Robinson go down, we suffer from that defense side of the ball. Make no mistake about it. And it reared his ugly head in the playoffs, basically. So let's hope that he stay healthy, man, because this cat is important to what we do. But like I said, Shop, I got the Knicks doing it, man. We're going to get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. I know we just rumbling right now because, we having dialogue and everything like that, having good conversation. But I like this team power. I think they're contenders. To make a long story short, like the name of the show, contenders are contenders. I got the Knicks being contenders, no doubt about it. And I do got the Knicks, depending on the injury situation, got a chance to win it all. I believe that because this team is that.
That's a fact.
Pretty much. Yep. But yeah, man, give me a wild word, my brother. We're gonna get up out of here, man. I know we got to get right here and do what we got to do, get ready for the next day and all that good stuff. And but great noise in the chat, man. Y'all cats had it going up in here, man.
Salute
AP, just little we
get off. Sorry, you about to roll, AP. Yep. Salute to the family in the chat. As always, thank y'all for coming out. We'll be on sometime next week. This week coming up, rather. And I mean, that's trying to keep everybody enthused and keep our minds focused on what we can do for this year. Divine as always, my brother, love you, and talk to you off this screen. I'll talk to you on the phone and stuff.
Yeah, real talk. Yo, salute to the chat. Hey, Nick Yak, would real quick, Nick Yak, would you go for Turner? Hit me up real quick before we get off. This is last year on the page. He's a free agent. Would you trade for him? And let me know real quick, Nick Yak, before we get out of here, Nick Yak. But yeah, Shy Powers, listen, my man, my brother, Mr. Shy Powers, my man. You know how we do, man. Yo, it's Knicks Real Talk, ladies and gentlemen. We here all year round. Like I said, I'm excited. I'm giddy about the Knicks this year. I think the season's gonna be fire, man. I think it's gonna be a fire season. We're gonna be really, really, really out here doing damn things, man. So we looking forward to it. I'm looking for I need a 98 game season, ladies and gentlemen. 82 in a regular season, 16. I need 98 games this year. For real. I need 98. Yeah, real talk. But listen, man, y'all enjoy. Thank you, my brother. And we see y'all in the next episode with Divine, Mr. Shy Powers. Knicks Real Talk, man. We out. Peace.
Peace.
We
Knicks fans, yo, we coming hard.
It's time for Knicks Real Talk hobby going live on a televisor on the blue skies with we on that Friday night Knicks with our Knicks constituents. Lift the ultra trip, that's that Knicks orange and blue. I'm what you knew, it's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. We stand on business. Knicks Real Talk brand, you know we in this. We in the streets of Manhattan, people in the action, people reacting, leading up to Knicks and he getting it cracked. Cause it's game time. We in the world most famous. We see the Knicks lock your team up. I be straight just like a subpoena. You know the Knicks fan. We feeling real giddy and litty. Cause the New York City gritty committed to beat the city by 50. We're about to get me a nice site with a smart quarter on ice. For a few bucks in the quarter to pay the order with my smart device. We and Gotham getting it popping in the Apple Watch. Let the home, let the partners stopping on their Apple Watch. It's Knicks Real Talk. The team streaming on YouTube.com. We got two dudes doing good moves spot on, dropping the bomb. When the copies got a spot, dropping some of the hottest Knicks content that's up in your head. As I'm saying, upstairs leaving the guard after they done got their bag. Looks like a cab to fly back to the triad, no jet lag.
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing with my peoples right here.
We
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing with my peoples right here.
We
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing with my peoples right here.
We